One of the advantages of the Church of Ireland, I think, or of a diocesan church, is that you have a whole group of parishes, in this case 49 of them, that can look towards the centre of the diocese and the bishop for leadership in vision and in direction. And one of the roles I see of a bishop is to help his clergy and people find that sense of direction. And so together we have come up with the words transforming community, radiating Christ. Those 4 words mean a lot to all of us in the diocese. Transforming community means 2 things. It means firstly that every local parish group or every church must be a transforming community for the people who belong to it. The people within it must be being transformed by faith. That coming to faith in Christ transforms you, growing in faith in Christ transforms you, deepening your understanding of your ministry transforms you, and so the church must be providing ways for the people who belong to it to be transformed. And that's the challenge. You know, our church is really moving people on in faith and in growth and in development and in ministry and in use of their gifts. That's what we must be doing. The second sense is that then each church must look out through the walls and doors of its buildings and say, how does God want us to be part of transforming the community around us? Where are the needs? Where's the pain? What are the issues? Where's the sadness? How can we make a difference? And each parish, I'm challenging them to find the outlet and the ministry to transform their community for their neighbourhood. The second 2 words, radiating Christ, are also important to us. We're not just humanitarian people, we're not just do-gooders, we're not just social workers. We are people who want to be motivated by Christ. We're motivated by faith, we're motivated by prayer, by worship. That's what's at the heart of what compels us. The love of Christ compels us, and we want to act with Him, guided by Him and on His behalf, and He has commissioned us. So radiating His love, I like the word radiating because it means a gentle warmth rippling out into the community. It's a Christ-like love that's gently shared. We don't shove it down people's throat, we don't compel them to believe this, but we're upfront in saying we're Christians. And so we want to be part of transforming the community in a way that radiates the love of Christ. Well, in addition to those 4 words, we have 3 little catchphrases that are important. One is that we seek growth. The other is that we serve in teams. And the third is that we encourage leaders. Now, so in 5 years, I want to see growth. I do want to see churches feeling the need to grow. Now, there's all sorts of ways in which growth can happen. It's not just numerical growth. I would call it qualitative growth. That churches can grow in worship, they can grow in welcome, they can grow in prayer, they can grow in children's ministry, they can grow in giving. There's all sorts of ways in which qualitatively churches can grow, and I want them to be growing. They can also grow numerically, and I think that the numerical growth will really depend on the other kinds of growth happening first. I want to see teams develop more and more. There already are dozens of teams actually in churches all over the place, and I want to see them saying it's not only the clergy who do the ministry here, it's all of us together, clergy and people. We're on a team together, we each have gifts. We discover what those gifts are, we use them, and together we make a difference in the world. And I want to see that happening in 5 years' time more than it is now. And regarding leaders, we're in the business of encouraging leaders. It's a tough time to be a leader in any organization, but especially in the church. So I want to see clergy encouraged. I want to see them not criticized and complained to and given a hard time. It's easy to do that. I want to see parishes saying, how can we encourage our rector? How can we draw the best out of them? How can we equip them more for what they do? But I want to see lay leaders encouraged as well. a whole range of lay leaders. So in 5 years' time, I want to see all of this become more part of the culture, more part of the heart, more part of the desire of an increasing number of people in the diocese. Not just the clergy, not just the lay leaders, but of everybody. I am hopeful, yes. I think in leadership, in Christian leadership, you have to be hopeful. There are ups and downs, there are challenges, there are places where things are difficult, but I do see green shoots of hope. I see encouraging signs. I can see it in certain areas more than others, perhaps, and I don't understand why. I can see it in young people. And so I want to find out where these green shoots are and nurture them, encourage them, foster them, and see this growth develop more and more.